Ben Simmons is a selfish player, and the Brooklyn Nets should not trade for him at all. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Manu Kamia. If you are new here, I make videos pertaining to the NBA in which I break down things analytically. I give my thoughts and opinions. So if you're into that kind of content, then this is the channel for you. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and drop your thoughts down in the comments below. I will get to them and I will reply to you. And aside from that, let me jump into this video and let's get started. So Ben Simmons is back in the headlines again, and this is because of the trade deadline that's going to come on Thursday. And his name has been linked to the Brooklyn Nets and James Harden in a trade that would send James Harden to the Philadelphia 76ers, and oppositely, the 76ers would trade Ben Simmons for James Harden. If you've been living under a rock for the last few days, let me get you up to speed. So in the last 2 weeks or so, James Harden has been in a rumor mill and trade talks to the Philadelphia 76ers. Daryl Morey has been going 100% trying to get James Harden, and subsequently Daryl Morey wants to use Ben Simmons to get James Harden onto the Philadelphia 76ers. And also Ben Simmons wants off the team because, as we all know, Ben Simmons has not played a single minute of basketball this whole season because of the events that transpired last summer in the playoffs, in which Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid called out Ben Simmons for underperforming and not shooting enough in the playoff series against the Atlanta Hawks, which subsequently cost them that series and a trip to maybe the finals. So that is the root of Ben Simmons' resentment for the Sixers and not wanting to play for them. But now it seems as if Ben Simmons might be returning to the hardwood this season, albeit for a different team, the Brooklyn Nets, if they so choose to pull the trigger and trade James Harden for him. But I'm here to say that the Brooklyn Nets should not at all trade James Harden for Ben Simmons. Why? Because in my opinion, Ben Simmons is a tremendously prideful, selfish, and arrogant basketball player, and not only that, a person, right? There's a reason why the Australia national team didn't want him on the team. They didn't let him play for the Australian national team. He's a very hard guy to deal with. And in a sport such as basketball, where it's a team sport and team chemistry and team trust is everything, you don't want a guy like Ben Simmons on your team. Now, I understand that he was called out by Joel Embiid and Doc Rivers for underperforming, but so what? That happens all the time. A lot of players get criticized. A lot of players get called out by their players and their coaches. That's how they get better. That's only supposed to motivate you to become better. Shaquille O'Neal was called out by Kobe Bryant all the time, and vice versa. It happens all the time. LeBron James once went on the podium and said, "We are top heavy as you know what." It happens all the time. Criticism is only supposed to motivate a person in his profession. If people are saying you're bad, you're only supposed to use that as fuel to get better. One of the characteristics I hate most about a person, next to lying, I hate liars, is when they cannot take criticism. And Ben Simmons has proved time and time again over the last 6 months that he's incapable of taking in criticism about his play on the court. And a wise man once said, criticism is worth more than compliments. It was me. I said it. I'm just kidding. I didn't say it. But still, that's a very true statement. Why? Because criticism, if used correctly, can be the catalyst towards growth and change and improvement. If you take criticism and you use it as motivation and you use it, it'll get you to places. It happens to all of us in all walks of lives. If you're watching this video, I assume you played some kind of sports growing up. Maybe basketball. It's a basketball channel. But you were criticized at some point in your career playing. When your coaches pulled you aside to tell you, hey, this, that, and the third, they were criticizing you. They were telling you elements in your game that could be improved. And that's how you got better. Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons' co-star, has been criticized time in and time out. Joel Embiid has been criticized for always being hurt, for not getting his team across the hump. And now Joel Embiid has used that to his advantage, gotten better, and now playing some of the best basketball the best basketball of his life. MVP frontrunner. And here you have his co-star, Ben Simmons, who's crying, whining like a baby, can't take criticism. Oh, woe is me. How dare you don't glorify me with only the best of the best compliments. What type of player is that? What type of mentality is that? Would you want that on your team? I'd hate someone like that on my team. I'd hate to work with someone like that in any profession. If I was working and I can tell someone something they were doing wrong, what are we doing? We can't get better like that. And to be a public figure and not be able to take criticism is one of the worst traits a person can have. Presidents, news anchors, journalists, sports players, you, me, we're all subject to criticism. You have to be able to take it in and internalize it if you ever want to get anywhere in life. You're never just gonna be good right off the bat and smooth sailing. No, it's rough waters out there in the world, in any profession. Basketball especially, right? Especially basketball. I mean, imagine being the president of the United States and all the crap that gets printed about you. It doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, it doesn't matter. You are going to get crap sent at you. And you compare that to someone like Ben Simmons. You're dribbling a basketball for a living. Millions of dollars, buddy. The least you can do is take that criticism to heart and get better. I don't get it. I'm not the only one apparently that thinks this. I know a lot of people think this, right? One prominent person that thinks this is Shaquille O'Neal. He finally got fed up after watching the 76ers on TNT. He called out Ben Simmons and said that he was being a crybaby, which is the truth. And unsurprisingly, Ben Simmons slid in his Instagram DMs, and this is what he had to say to him.
Last week on Inside the NBA, Shaquille went viral for talking about Ben Simmons.
I stay on big guys because I care about them. I want them to play a certain way. I want them to play at a certain level. Difference between him and his soft partner is he can take criticism without being a crybaby, and he still wants to play. Because me and Charles, we've been on him. We stay on him. We tell him to his face what he needs to do. He didn't cry. He didn't say I want to be traded. He didn't, complain about mistreatment. And that's the difference. That's why I like and respect him. The other guy I don't respect. I've been thinking about it. You're missing a whole season because they asked your coach a question, can we win without you? And your coach gave a funny answer. That should tell you need to get in the summertime and work on your game. You don't think I haven't been criticized by you guys and Stephen A? You don't think I haven't been criticized by LA media, New York media? Great players get criticized, but the great players also step up to the criticism and perform. So this other guy, I don't respect him. I would get rid of him.
You disrespected him because you didn't even say his name. You didn't say his name.
I'm not going to say his name.
That's my point.
Because you know why? Let me tell you why I'm pissed off. Dr. J. Like it's many people before Dr. J. Mm-hmm. Dr. J paved the way for Magic.
Yeah.
Magic paved the way for Mike. They wasn't making no money. Mike paved the way for me to get all that bread I was getting. I paved the way for Garnett. You know what I'm saying? Garnett paved the way for Steph to get his 250 and what's going to get 250. Ben Simmons messing the money up. Because first of all, they already think we're spoiled. They already think we don't deserve it. They already think we're this. They already think we're that. You're making $40 million, and the only reason why you're not playing is because your coach called you out. You're making us look bad. What's going to happen in the next collective bargaining agreement, they're going to start to shorten their money. It's going to be all your fault. The money goes up every 2-3 years.
Right.
If this thing is done right, Spice's kids and my kids, they can be making $200, $300 million for 2 years. Don't mess the money up because you're good. And then the problem with the world we live in now, you got these people telling you how good you are. You ain't that good, man. Right. You're not that good. You're good, but you're not great. You ain't Kobe. You ain't Tracy McGrady. You ain't Penny Hardaway. Like, you're good. So, if it was me, and I've been in this moment many times. They said, hey, you think you can win with Shaq in the fourth quarter? And all my coaches said he got to step up and knock him down. They all said that. I didn't go, man, I got 38. I missed 12 free throws. Yo, trade me, get rid of me. He acting like a baby. So he kind of got in my DM and said some things, and I said some things back.
What'd he say?
I can't do that. Some things. No, I can't do that.
He said some things. Ben Simmons DM'd you after he heard what you said last week. Yeah. And did he call you out your name?
He can't call me out my name because.
Okay, so what did he say?
Okay, listen.
Michelle about to get some answers.
When you're in a brotherhood, Michelle, It can't go past disrespect.
As you all saw, Shaquille O'Neal was pretty pissed off with him and gave him a lecture about how dumb and stupid he looks, holding out over criticism that was only going to make him better. Shoot more. How are you supposed to get better at shooting if you don't even shoot? And you all heard Shaquille O'Neal said he's tarnishing the legacy of the players that came before him, that paved the way for him to get paid the amount of money that he's being paid right now. The players that came before him that paved the way for him, the players that are going to come after him. We are witnessing Ben Simmons fumble the bag right in front of our eyes right now, unknowingly messing it up for everyone. The next time the NBA Players Association is negotiating with the NBA on the broadcasting rights on what part of the revenue is going to go to the players, this is going to be used against them. This is the type of nonsense is going to be used against them. I just want you guys to think, Ben Simmons has lost millions of dollars, life-changing wealth for you and I, because someone said something bad about him. It could never be me. I could never give up a bag over something like that, especially when I already have someone like Kyrie Irving, someone who's a wild card. You never know what you're gonna get with Kyrie Irving, right? And although James Harden may not be happy with the Brooklyn Nets situation as it is right now, I'd much rather take an unhappy James Harden than someone who is selfish, arrogant, soft, and unwilling to change. All the characteristics that describe Ben Simmons. Very prideful, I forgot that one too. To conclude this video, basically all I'm saying is the trade to send Ben Simmons to the 76ers for James Harden would only benefit the 76ers. Number one, why? Because the Brooklyn Nets would be giving up a crucial asset, right? A very good piece to a team that's in your conference, right? That's going to help a team that's already good without Ben Simmons. And in return, you would be losing a former MVP, the player out of your big three trio that plays the most. James Harden plays the most out of Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, for Ben Simmons, who only cares about himself, who only cares about how he's perceived. And in my opinion, James Harden and the 76ers would benefit, but again, I think the Brooklyn Nets should do what's best for their organization, not what's best for James Harden or what's best for the 76ers. And those are just my thoughts, right? Those are my thoughts on the whole situation, and I agree with everything Shaquille O'Neal had to say about Ben Simmons. But again, those are just my thoughts. So if you enjoy this video, right, and you would like to see more videos like this, then this is the channel for you. So make sure to hit the subscribe button, leave a like, and drop your thoughts down in the comments below. I want to know what you guys think of this whole situation. I really want to know what people think about Ben Simmons. What is like the consensus on him? So leave that in the comments below, and click here to watch if Gary Trent Jr. is a future for the Toronto Raptors. And until next time, kids.